Hey guys, hello and welcome back. As always, my name is Lazar, and today we're going to be talking about Napalm Grenades, a brand new weapon augment for the Penta. You get it from rank 22 of Nightwave, so you do have to grind quite a bit to get it, but the mod is tradable, so if you can't be arsed, you simply buy it from the trade chat. Currently on PC, it's going for about 20-ish plat, something like that, so nothing too expensive. Grenades leave a burning patch on impact, and you also get plus 30 base status chance, which is pretty huge. First things first though, how did the Penta act? As you can see, it fires these bouncy sticks of dynamite. They do not detonate on impact, they have to be detonated manually by using your secondary fire, or you can just wait. Now the issue with the Penta was the fact that multi-shot doesn't really benefit it that much, simply because if you have 5 grenades out, like for example like this, I can click my button with all my might, it simply won't fire additional ones until I detonate what I already have. Now, for the full details on the Penta and the Secura Penta and how to build it, link in the cards right now. It is a pretty long vid, but if you want to know more about the weapon, there you go. Now let's have a look at Napalm Grenades. First thing which I want to point out is that it changes the damage that the weapon deals. Normally you would have impact and blast, 375 total, but now you are getting 650 and it's heat damage, so you are getting rid of the blast and the impact, and you get to have a whole lot more damage plus its heat. Now that is already a pretty huge deal, and of course the base status chance has increased from 26 to 56. Critical chance, critical damage has not been touched. Now one issue, you cannot use more than one weapon augment. So for example, if I wanted to use tether grenades, because before Napalm Grenades came out, tether grenades was the mod to have, as you can see, you cannot. You can use adhesive blast though if you really want to, but it's honestly pointless, and you'll see what I mean just a tad later. Now let's have a look at a setup for the Secura Penta. Now I do have a ribbon for this one. We got electricity and critical chance because this is a critical weapon with a base at 26 and a base multi of 2.0x. Now of course we're going to be building a whole lot of damage with serration and heavy caliber. Heavy caliber's accuracy penalty is to be neglected. In this case we're not aiming for super accurate shots, and the penalty honestly is almost negligible. We're going to be using 60-60 mods this time, simply because we can get a pretty high status chance because of Napalm Grenades. Critical chance, critical damage of course, and this time we're also going to be using multi-shot. Now without Napalm Grenades, I honestly feel that multi-shot is not to be used on this weapon. Once again, look at the full review for details. Now let's test and see what it can do. Now this is a pretty strong setup, so we're going to be spawning some pretty strong enemies, level 120 corrupted heavy gunners. Now let's see what this thing can do. Take a look at this. Of course I'm going to be aiming for the feet, simply because again we are aiming to get the explosion damage and all whatnot. As you can see, this little pool that it makes isn't really all that big, and it doesn't really do all that much damage. 877, you might think, wait, that is a whole lot to do, but that's only because I removed the armor with my corrosive proc, since the main elemental on the weapon right now is corrosive. The weapon is a lot stronger than before, simply because you are removing blast and bloody impact, so it makes way for it to proc what I wanted to proc, not what it wanted to proc. Also, you are getting a much higher status chance. Honestly, this is pretty damn good and pretty damn fun. Keep in mind that you have retained your ability to detonate early. So for example, I can detonate early. And unfortunately, the weapon also has that 5 grenade thing, which is a bit of a pain. For example, let me take a big arc here in aiming. Automatic fire right now for the use of a macro. 5 are out because of multi-shot, and I can't fire additional ones until the old ones detonate. So bear that one in mind. Not as big of an issue, considering that now the grenades detonate upon impact. I love the mod. Honestly, I think they did a fantastic job with this one, and the Penta is a much better weapon because of this augment. Honestly, it's a must-have from my point of view. And I believe, my friends, that's pretty much it for this quick review on the brand new weapon augment. From my point of view, they have done a fantastic job with this one. It makes the Secura Penta a whole lot more usable, and considering that the parent sequence proc synergizes very well with the brand new Warframe, this is an excellent time to play around with the Secura Penta. As always, my name is Lazar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. If you got any feedback for me, by all means, drop it in the comment section down below. No, I'm not gonna go before I show you Warframe, boss. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. No, in all honesty, I actually kind of forgot. But never mind, let's ignore that. We're gonna be using it with mag, because yes, it synergizes fantastically well with mag. So we're gonna be spawning in the same targets once again. Let's put up our bubble and all whatnot. I know you guys love mag. They're gonna go to the center, and of course, I'm gonna be aiming towards the middle this time, because you see that AoE fire thing, it doesn't fall on the ground. Like, for example, if it detonates in the air somewhere, it will remain in the air. You see that? So you can actually try to get headshot multi with the AoE, which is kind of cool. Again, especially if you're handy with detonating it at the appropriate time. Yes, it synergizes very well with mag, but nothing synergizes better than with Mirage Prime. So we're going to be doing that next. And we're also going to be using her Warframe buffs to pump up the damage and all whatnot. Let's see some carnage and destruction, shall we? Of course, her free ability for a massive damage increase, as well as the clones, and goodbye to Mumsy. Take a look. I mean, what more do you want than that? AoE goodness, absolutely bloody fantastic. Just keep in mind that you can blow yourself up with something like this. And also notice that Mirage's clones do create pools on the ground, so bear that one in mind. I think that's pretty much it this time for real. Thank you guys so much once again. As always, my name has been Leyzar. If you want to support the channel, like, favorite, share, and subscribe. That always is a big help. But if you want to show even more support, check out our Patreon page. You can also find me on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual places. Until next time, my friends. Bye-bye.